What's good, superstars? Back with another VV video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Rob in the building. How's it going, Rob?
Pretty you.
Oh, that was a big one. I was just trying to hit you with my old hat, you know? Now we got new hats. Oh, man, unnecessary weaponry going on in the intro today. Guys, if you are new here, don't forget, smash the subscribe button, become a superstar, get that superstar juju. Trust me, you're going to want it, especially when you go golfing. Rob told you all about it. 18 hole-in-ones. Just doesn't even know how to golf. Doesn't matter. You can swing it like a baseball bat, and you're still going to get a hole-in-one. That's what the superstar juju will do for you. So get some juju, hit the subscribe button. And also, now, if you want some extra luck on those drops on Veve, become a Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. You get some cool badges next to your name. You get to see all of our buys and sells. There's been a couple this week for me and Rob. So if you're in there, you know what we're talking about. You get advance notice for some merch, like Rob showing off the hats today. We have a post for the VIP right now. We only have 20 hats. I think maybe 12 to 15. Somewhere in there is gone. So whatever's not sold by tomorrow or not reserved by tomorrow's video, we will open it up to the public, do something similar. But I don't know if they're going to last that long.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of interest in them. I'm pretty happy about it and hope to see some of these out in the wild.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we also have spreadsheet that we keep adding to. So we have a probability spreadsheet to make profits if you have inserted your price predictions. And on top of that, we just came out with a recent one where you can kind of have some kind of a strategy. If you're a floor sweeper, if that's your thing, it kind of does the math for you, helps you out that way. So that's another perk of it. Also, you can advertise in our intro. Like that's gold. If you're trying to sell something and nobody's buying it, maybe this is your outlet. You get around 1,000 to 2,000 views, depending on how clickbaity our title is. And yeah, I think that's just another perk that is underutilized. Shout out to all the VIPs. You guys are going to be entered in a draw right now. Speaking of giveaways, we're giving away a star at the end of the month. But today we have a giveaway. You see us spinning the wheel in about a few minutes here. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That's all our handles. But I'm going to get right to it because you guys have waited. And I'm just going to pull up the wheel of names. And
that is tight. That is tight.
The names are getting tight. Exactly. But it pops up big whenever you click it. So whoever wins, you're going to see it nice and clear. All right?
All right.
So let's do it.
Smack it.
Big money, big money, big money, big money, big money, big money. The winner is Dom. Congratulations.
Dom. Yeah, Dom. Let's go. Dom.
All the mini brands. Superstar Dom. You're going home with some Disney mini brands. You're going to get 5. I'll send you a picture and you can pick from those 5. Again, congratulations to everybody who entered. You guys will be in the next one. Tomorrow we'll start opening them again. And then after 5 of them, we'll do another draw. So again, congratulations, Superstar Dom.
That's gold.
That's awesome.
That's gold right there. That is awesome. Congratulations, Superstar VIP Dom.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we've got a little bit of news. Something that I found on our on a Twitter search today. Potential new Veve artist. Shout out to Biscuits for her detective work.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jason Naylor looks like he might be coming to Veve, and he has some pretty dope artwork. She said she ordered these on a virtual decon, which these hearts with arms and legs, kind of cool stuff with little drips. And they got one that's really colorful. I wonder, I got to look more into this artist, but his art looks pretty colorful. And he says, "Oh, thank you. Stay tuned for Veve coming soon." So
nice.
Sounds like he's on board or at least been approached. And here's his Twitter page. You kind of get an idea of the type of artwork, and it's my type of artwork. I actually really like this stuff.
Nice. Look at that. Is that helmet? What is that?
It's a helmet. Yeah.
Nice.
New York Jets helmet. So really, really cool. Looks like he's from New York. Jason Naylor, New York. So that's something exciting. And it looks like he does have some kind of a Jets collab with the New York Jets.
He's actually collaborating directly with them. That's pretty incredible.
So that's pretty dope. On top of that, we've also had a little bit of a community update, the August 2022 community update. Rob, I think you've taken some notes on it. I know there's probably not much else that they can talk about at Veve because we ran one of the best AMAs of all time a couple weeks ago with Reese, but I'm sure that there were still a couple things and a little bit of updates that maybe people wanted to hear about. So why don't you run us through what they talked about at that AMA?
Yeah, I think Alex did a pretty good job with his with running the AMA, but obviously, it was tough to follow us up after that. But they said about a lot of things. They started off with KYC. Okay, so KYC, huge topic right now. We got some superstar fam that's really hurting They're really hurting. They're locked up. Their accounts are frozen. They weren't able to get KYC. They aren't going to get verified. They're saying obviously it's a priority of theirs. We heard recently Growler, superstar VIP Growler, he came to us for help. It looks like they finally responded to his ticket. Maybe, hopefully, he's going to get through.
No, he did get through. He ended up getting through today. So they responded to the ticket and he got through same day. So it just takes time for them to get to your ticket, but they'll probably get to it. And that's something we reached out to the team for him, and that's exactly what we got. It's like, just stay in line and we'll get to your ticket.
Well, Nick Crypto Learn is another one, right? He's another one that's stuck right now. He's hurting, and he's saying there's discounts, but I think they can go lower. But they said something incredible right after that. Dan came on. He said, guys, get ready because we're going crypto to gem.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Huge. That's huge. I mean, they alluded to it before, but he's just reinforcing, reminding everybody, go get your Ethereum, go get your Bitcoin, because you're going to be able to buy these gems straight.
Ethereum's on a huge discount right now. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think it went down like 8% today. It's down to like 1,500 or something like that. So pretty wild stuff. And further to Nick Crypto Learn there, I think he's having some issues with his actual KYCing. I think he has where he lives is not his place or something like that. So he's having trouble with the address stuff. So we're trying to work that one out. Hopefully we can help him eventually.
So obviously crypto to gem is going to be massive, the way that it's going to impact the markets, I think, going forward, especially in the next bull run. I think that there's a lot of opportunity with that. Another thing they talked about was the comic readers. Did you see their little, they showed like a little sample of it, zooming on with that. So I've never read any of the comics. We got a couple, I think Marvelous Packs keeps telling us to read the comics. I've yet to read them. I don't know about you, Joe, but I have yet to read any comics.
Yeah, I know. I mean, story time. I kind of like, if I'm going to read them, I want to use that AR ability that we have with the app. Like, that's what sets it apart, right? Like, or else I'm just going to go pay for Marvel Unlimited and do it that way. If I really want to be, like, if I'm into reading comics. I guess the fact that I can do it is nice, but I mean, I think that the utility of these is that you can put them in AR and flip the pages, and it's like you have the real thing.
For sure. Another thing that they talked about is merged accounts. I know this has been a big thing. A lot of upset people, because now you cannot, like, our Superstar Money account cannot be KYC'd. So there's some collectibles that you want to get back. You can merge them. They said that's actually a priority. Like, they almost made it seem like it was like their number one priority.
Yeah. I remember them last time that they spoke to it, though. There was like, oh yeah, that's going to come, but maybe like near the end of the year. Like, they were pushing it down the road. It sounded like a couple months. I remember them saying like, oh, maybe in a couple months. But does, like, you're right. The way that it was phrased, it was almost like that might be number one before anything else.
Yeah. They also talked about MCP phase 1. So pretty interesting, because I'm just going to remind everybody. I'll bring my screen up here. So phase 1 is part of their roadmap. They said that this will be points, levels, and ranks. So I think that's going to be fun. So that means if phase 1, they said, is almost ready, they're hoping to roll it out soon. We're finally going to have probably a leaderboard of some sort. We're going to have our MCP ranks, and you better believe that people who aren't in that top 6 or whatever, I think it's like rank 6 and up, they're going to be buying rare comics. Are going to pump, I think, to try to get into the number 6 spot. So MCP it's not a whale game. We did a video on this. I mean, a lot of people can compete for this.
And I think one of the big things about the rankings is that you can get into the MCP Pro for free, right? If you have a certain rank. So I mean, building it up early makes sense if you want to have that perk when they do get to phase 4 and have that MCP Pro.
Yeah, like some people, I guess, like, I'm looking for it in the article here, but some people may not want to pay 10,000 worth of OMI in order to get into the 3rd tier of the OUP program when it comes. The MCP might be another way of doing this. MCP Pro is phase 4, but you better start preparing now, because it's gonna be pretty hard to compete to get into that, because all the points are going to accumulate, right? Yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they mentioned that.
It could be a little easier than we think to compete, because we're here early and before the masses come. So you might not be able to compete with the people here already, but you might be in a good place to compete with new people, new users who come through.
Very true. They also talked about the metadata. This is a big one, right? Having the metadata, immutable X, there's lots and lots of benefits in order to track wallets, in order to track collectibles. We talked about a Vader tracker, being able to know how many Vaders are being, how many whales own these Vaders right now, watching movements of some wallets to see if they're stacking certain collectibles, maybe, a bull trap, because they've coordinated. It's happened before in the past. I think a lot of really good information can come with the metadata.
Yeah, I think, and it sounded like they're almost there. It sounded like that's far along from how they were talking about it. And you got to think, Ecomi Wiki and Veve Tracker merging their info or planning that collaboration. I mean, and when they get metadata, what's going to happen with the Ecomi Wiki? It's going to be the nonstop. You have to go to Ecomi Wiki to check this stuff out. I mean, these collaborations that Only the Clown, Veve Fox, and whoever else is taking part there, that sounds like it's going to be some pretty good stuff.
Yep. Nothing was a search bar. We've heard so many people talk about the search bar because we all know the search bar on Veve is just, it's useless. So they're saying that they're going to really ramp it to just completely change it so it's actually useful. So that'd be cool to see that actually come in Q3. That'd be pretty cool to see that happen sooner rather than later.
And you say Q3 it's coming? I didn't hear that part.
I mean, this was all part of their Q3 priorities. So, like, in a way, they implied it, but I have a feeling I agree with you.
The other thing that I heard him say, Dan, was that just because we say it's a Q3 priority does not mean that it will be completed in Q3. Did you hear that?
I did not, but that sounds about right.
I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Like, it was like kind of worded in that. It might have been not verbatim, but it sounded to me like just because it's a Q3 priority, it means that that's the things we're working on in Q3, not necessarily that we'll be right all the way there. But at the same time, I mean, they're focusing on a couple things at a time here. So I wouldn't expect there to be major delays unless something really big happens.
It's a long list. There's no way they can get all this done.
But the search bar, I mean, I didn't get any vibes that that's coming soon.
Right. And then, but speaking of coming soon, another one was the final stages of OUP. Yeah. We are really looking forward to this. This is going to be massive. Any OMI holders, like, this is what people who invest in OMI are waiting for. The OUP program, burning more OMI, more utility for the OMI token. So that'll be interesting if that comes by the end of the year for sure. But I'm hoping it comes. This is what I really want to see soon.
You got to think though, like they're planning the OUP in conjunction with crypto to gem. Like it just makes sense to have that. You're going to bring in a OMI utility program, but you can't buy gems with it. It doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I feel like that might come together or really close together in order to kind of boost that program.
It should come with crypto to gems, right? OMI is a crypto, so it should come when they have crypto to gems. They should have OMI to gems, I would think.
You'd assume it would come first, OMI
right?
to gems. Yeah.
That would make sense. Then they went over a long list of what to expect. So Saturday, September 3rd, we got Scott Tolleson. Let me mute this so I don't hear it, right? So we got Scott Tolleson here. They moved on to Hype Bow. Let's go over this. These guys are pretty cool, eh? What do you think of these? They
look like little Toad from Mario.
They remind me of Caillou. You know, Caillou.
That's a mixture.
Yeah, and then they moved on to this guy.
These are pretty cool. I didn't mind these.
I thought these were cool as well. X large.
Yeah.
And it's animated.
This is like they did the apes the other time. I wonder if they just stand in place or if they actually run.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
It is animated. It is animated. These are fire. Look at these. Valfred. This is the Mexican artist here. Look at these. Wow.
Some of these would be nice as like physicals too. So
yeah, these are interesting.
They're up in their art game. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Then they moved on more skateboards.
We've seen this before. Shout out Killian. Shout out Killian Navarro.
Shout out Killian.
Superstar. VIP.
That's right. Killian's probably very happy to see these right now. Look at these little monsters.
I like these little guys too.
Illazillas.
Yeah.
Illazillas. Look at them.
They're funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
I like these. I like these better than like Murmacornos or whatever. But I don't know. It all depends. You don't know what the box prices are on half these things.
Yeah, who knows what the price is going to be?
This
soy
is not
milk?
for me. This one's not for me.
No. Soy milk. It's pretty cool, I guess. If you're into that.
This one's different.
This was different for sure. When I saw this, I'm like, I'm actually kind of interested in this one.
I wonder if it's supposed to be like concave or what's the other one? Convex? Like if it shows like it looks like the face is inwards and then it looks outwards almost afterwards. But yeah, ton of drops coming and they're early on in the morning. So like if you're on the Pacific Coast, I think they start at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
For us, they'll start like 9 a.m. And then they're catering towards British Standard Time, right? So it makes sense.
And then another thing David talked about was he's wearing the whole Marvel shirt, that there will be Marvel one-of-one artists coming to Veve, which is very cool. Yeah. You're going to have these Marvel artists coming with their own one-on-one pieces. Crazy. Yeah,
speaking of one-on-ones, actually, let me pull this up quickly for you. Maybe pause that there for a second because I want to talk about his background shortly after. But this was the one that we just had, and it has a closing bid of 15,000. So the first thing I thought when I saw this was somebody typed an extra zero by accident.
I know, right? I know.
So I guess they paid. It hasn't changed in the day. I know that it closes, I think, on Fridays, right? Thursday or Fridays, but I guess tomorrow we'll know for sure. But when I first saw this, it was like the minimum bid was 1,500 and it's 15,000.
That's an error.
Could be an error. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. I thought that was pretty high for this piece, but
that went way too high. I thought it was gonna go like 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah, I mean,
who won it? What's his name?
It's the first ever 101, I guess, that's shipped with the NFT. True. I'm only Dominican is the winner. I don't know. I haven't tracked it on Twitter if they actually owned up to it and congratulated themselves like Dr. Prophet did. Yeah. So I don't know that for sure.
Right.
The other cool thing that happened, speaking of 101s, is they did mention the Marvel artists, but they also mentioned that we might be seeing some of these auctions more than one a day on Mondays. Like they might be offset on times. So I thought that was pretty cool. And we do know that we're going to UK for Decon September 3rd or 4th or whatever days it is. And on the left of David Yu there, and he keeps teasing Banksy, you got to think that Banksy might be coming with a 101, especially since he's like teasing that there might be more than one drop on a Monday, and then you can bid auction on more. And I think they've said that a couple of times because they said that if there's more than one piece, you can only bid once or something like that. But I think the Banksy is there for a reason, and it's been in the background for a while, and maybe they've just been waiting for UK Decon. It just makes sense to me.
The fact that David Yu basically knows everybody who you need to know. He probably knows Banksy personally, probably has dinner with him. Who knows? Maybe he is Banksy. I don't know. But this is pretty much, to me, confirms Banksy. This confirms it. Like they're coming to Veve. It's pretty incredible if it does come. I think that's going to create a lot of hype. But yeah,
it could be something that is actually marketing just by the closing bid, because we don't know what that's going to close at, and if there's some kind of utility with a Banksy piece, is it just going to be a physical that comes with it? I don't know. I don't know. So they can do a lot of things with this program.
If they go physical with it, oh my God! Can you imagine a Banksy with a physical attachment to it?
That could be 6 digits.
That's going to break records. Yeah. That's going to break records. And I already know it's going to be fire when it comes. It's going to be really, really nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I hope it comes like we're seeing the second, the third, the fourth. So maybe next week's 101 or part of the 1-of-1s if they do multiples. But you got to think they give Banksy his own spotlight or hit her own spotlight.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if they're going to do any more airdrops, right? He did mention, I think we knew this already, but he said the free airdrops are basically going to be the young Andy Warhol, a photo of.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you have that picture there.
Let me see if I can find it in the video right now. Then he also shouted out, by the way, some here, the New Mutants. He was talking about how he has a very, very rare one.
I think it's earlier. Oh, there.
There it is right there.
So that's what you're getting. If you made a bid, this is basically what he said is this is Ron English's interpretation of how he thinks Andy Warhol would have looked as a kid. So if you got this, are you keeping it? Do you plan on selling it? What do you think it's going to go for in the secondary?
I'm not selling it.
I think because there's 2,300, you might we've been seeing things with like 1,500 going for 100 gems. So I don't know if this is going to be over 100 gems.
Well, either way, I'm not selling it. Like to me, I basically own a part of Veve history by having this piece. So I have no intention of selling it. I'm going to hold on to it. Just over 2,200. So it has a little bit of, it has enough scarcity that if Veve blows up, people might be interested in having a part of their history, right?
Yeah, and especially like it's if it's going under 100 gems, like to me, what am I going to do with 100 gems? It's not. I know there's a lot of things I could buy for that, but it's nothing that's going to break. It's not going to get me into a grail on the app if it's around the prices that I'm thinking. So might as well wait on it and see if there's any significance to the first ever 1-of-1 airdrop.
Yeah. Pretty much. And then at the end, they obviously shouted out, looks like they're going to team up with Metaverse Life. They're going to hire him to actually help with some
cool.
advertising, which is very, very cool. I love to see someone from the community actually being involved with the team to help try to promote Veve the best they possibly can.
Yep.
But yeah, I think overall, it was a quick update. Nothing, a couple of information that we learned, but we're still waiting on a lot of things. I don't think they're going to nail all these priorities, obviously, in Q3. It's a long list, but even if they knock off a couple of them slowly over time, it'll keep the Veve fam happy. So it's pretty good.
Yep.
All right.
Well, I think that's it for the AMA. pretty eventful. I mean, nothing that we didn't like. Not a lot of things that we didn't know. A couple new things. The crypto, I think, the gem is the biggest thing to pull from this, for me at least. Just because I think that's game changing, and I think that means that OUP is close to the fact that we're even talking about it. How about you, Rob?
I think the Marvel artists 1-for-1 are very important. That might actually help draw in some new people because they're connected to the Marvel. I guess to Disney and Marvel, right? The company. Wouldn't mind seeing which artists they end up being. We've already seen tons of artists. We've talked to some of the artists already on Twitter. So curious to see which ones are going to get their 1-for-1. Definitely changing the game. This NFT space, we talked to Ron English about it. It's definitely changing the way people do art. So let us know below what you guys think about today's AMA. Did you guys have what of all the things that was discussed? What stood out to you? What are you the most excited about? We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, don't forget, smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar fam. We want to hear from you. Let us know below everything that you think about today's video. We respond to every single comment. Don't forget to hit the bell as well because you don't want to miss, who knows, another surprise AMA. So make sure you hit the bell because you never know when it's going to come. And also now you can become a Superstar VIP. You just saw today, congrats, Superstar VIP Dom on his win. I can't wait now to name somebody a star in the universe, who's going to be the next VIP with a star in the universe. Very excited to see who that's going to be.
You can get a star next to your name. Look.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's right. Put it right beside the name. There you go.
Yeah.
You can get our drop spreadsheet. You can get our floor sweeping spreadsheet now. Trying to bring as much utility as possible to you. You can have first dibs on any new merch. Anything we can think of, we want to make sure the VIPs get value for their membership. So thank you all for watching. We appreciate your support, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.
Love you. Bye.